Hello and welcome to the Futro Hidden Movie Gems podcast. I'm your host, Ty Spiker Christensen. Talk to me. Don't let me in. He's choking. Just give it some time. We've got Jordan Christensen on the podcast.
Hello. I can't think of a quote right now.
Say, talk to me, baby. It's from Goofy Movie, but it's the title of the movie. So, and we've got Clinton Westover. Dr. Clinton Westover.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. Yeah. Oh, guys. Today we're talking about Talk to Me. This movie came out right now. It says 2022. I guess it was released in Sundance Film Festival. They won. So A24 picked it up and now it's released. You can go watch it. It's got a wide spread. It's awesome. It's a good horror movie. Check it out. It was directed by those two funny guys that do Raka videos on YouTube, Danny and Michael Philippou. I don't know. I think they're from Australia, right?
Yeah.
Or are they from Australia? And I always get New Zealanders and Australians confused because I don't care about either. We've got let's talk about this movie. Let's talk to me. Talk to me. That's gonna get old really fast. Clinton, what was it like watching this movie for the first time or rewatching it for the podcast?
Oh man. I watched it with you.
That's right.
I'm so jealous. I wish I could have seen it with you guys.
We're all at the theater. We went and saw this.
I was sitting next to a stranger.
Did you hold their hand?
No.
No, like I thought it was legit good. I was watching it and thinking, I've never seen a movie like this. This is something special. Like, it's a really solid film.
Oh yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, it has like a lot of things I love from horror movies, but it's its own thing, which is so good.
Yeah.
No.
And the acting was solid, just the whole thing. Every person was like nailing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jordan, how about you, man? What was it like watching it for the first time?
Yes. So when I saw the trailer for the first time, I was so excited. I'm like, oh, that looks really good. And then, because I mean, first A24, I was like, I'm sold already. But I like horror movies, so that was like a double plus. And then later, I found out, I think it was a trailer or something on YouTube that I found out it was made by the Raka guys. And then I'm like, I need to see this because I always knew they would make a good movie just because they're very heavy practical effects. Like one of their best ones is like the Avengers versus DC. And they're just like dropping real cars with a crane and they're like smashing through walls and stuff. And I'm like, that was with a small budget. Like imagine what they can do with a big budget. And they did not disappoint. And then I've listened to like a trillion interviews since I've seen it. And it just like, I love it. They're like the best kind of films are foreign films. And they were just talking about like all my favorite films, like Memories of Murder and I'm like, yes, these guys are amazing. So I'm just really happy because I'm just glad they were able to separate themselves from YouTube too, because YouTube is a very different, like almost like OCD. Like if you watch their stuff, it's so much is going on. You feel like you're just like throwing up in a barf bag. But this movie, it like takes its time. And I'm so excited to dive into it because it's amazing. And they signed on to make the next Street Fighter.
Whoa,
right?
no way.
That's actually really good for the Raka guys. That actually makes a lot of sense.
I'm really excited for them to dip their toes into action. So
yeah, because honestly, like as far as action is concerned, I remember watching Harry Potter versus Star Wars Raka video, and I was like, this is more pulse pounding than like most of the Harry Potter movies and most of the Star Wars movies for that matter that we've gotten as of late. So yeah, I was with Clinton and Rich. We went and saw this together at the theater because I didn't want to go alone. I was scared. But yeah, I didn't know anything about the Raka. Jordan just recommended it, and I looked at the IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, I like horror movies that both universally audience and critics like because that means it's got undertones and subliminal messaging, which you can like, and then it also has like decent scares and an interesting story and characters that most people can gravitate to. Because sometimes you get like really art house horror films that a lot of people don't get, like what I love. Like I remember Babadook, or like Babadook didn't get the
Uh,
worst ratings. I think
yeah,
it
I
got
think
okay.
audience like
It
that one.
was The Witch. That's the one I was
Oh
always
yeah,
thinking of. Yeah, The Witch
Uh,
was like, most people are like, oh, what a snooze fest. I'm like, I was mortified like
yeah.
the whole time. Goodness gracious. They're like, I guess I did get to see the baby get mashed into freaking soup, you know? Like, what's wrong with
But
you
you
people?
do.
But you basically do. But yeah, people are insane. That movie terrified me. But this was good. This was good scares. And part of my movie going experience was sit next to Rich, and I was between Clinton and Rich, and the movie for a trailer came on for The Nun, and they're looking through that little crawl space, and then she comes back out to the other girls, and she's like, "What do you see?" And she's like, "Well," and then the hand
Oh yeah, the
reaches
hand
through.
comes in.
Dad like jumped out of his seat. He nearly fell on the floor. It was hilarious. He literally threw it. And he goes, "Oh my gosh!" Literally, and I was like, "Dad, the movie hasn't even started yet, and you're a mess." So I was like, "This is going to be a long viewing experience."
But there's not a
But
lot of cheap jump scares, which is nice.
no, and
No.
the ones that do freaking scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
They were so good. There's 2 jump scares in this movie that got me back to back. Like they were literally one after the other. So anyway, this movie's a lot of fun to talk about because to me it's like, dude, we're next, you know, we're YouTubers, Jordan. You and we're gonna make a film someday, all right? Like just like Talk to Me. We'll make a horror film and then A24 will pick it up. Or Blumhouse, I don't care. Either one. And I just got to think of a horror movie premise, you know, one that I can be the amazing and dashing lead, and I can be a famous movie star someday. But
Yeah. Baby mashing was already taken, I guess. Right?
oh, you're going to hell for that for sure, Clinton. You're a bad man. So this movie, let's read the
I just want to
plot
say
synopsis.
too,
Oh, yeah.
Alex texted me, and I mean, or she called me when you guys were gonna go see the movie, and she's like, I just saw the trailer for that movie. Like, why did you recommend it to Clinton?
It's
Like,
everything that she's afraid of, like
Yeah.
spirits and ghosts and
Yes.
possession. It's like everything she hates all rolled up into one movie. She like couldn't do it.
I
yeah,
love it. I
it's
love
so
it.
good. It's so good.
So let me read the plot synopsis real quick for those of you that haven't seen this movie. So it says, when a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand, they become hooked on a new thrill until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces.
Yeah, I love the image of the hand. Like I mean, you can take that in so many ways, like the whole connection
Dude,
thing.
yeah, I want one on my coffee table, you know? I want one of these, dude. I want the ceramic hand. And every time I'd see Dad or Clinton at the end of the movie, I'm like,
And there's just
contorting my hand.
there's so much about this. Like I'm going right into it, but I love the rules. I like when you and it's like, are those even like real rules? Because these kids are just like, well, we know
Stoners, yeah.
we know if we do this, nothing nothing terrible will happen. I mean, they don't know about the long run or if things are happening behind the scenes, but they're just like,
Except the previous owners didn't want this anymore. That might have been the first inkling that maybe. And on top of that, he's like, I don't need the hand anymore to see the spirits. You're like, okay, maybe we shouldn't mess with this any longer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, let's get into 2 of our favorite things. How about you, Clinton? Start us off. What are your 2 favorite things from this movie?
Oh man, I love the relationship with the mom. Like how the ghost mom, it was unclear if it was just a ghost that was just messing with her versus her real mom. And I love the ambiguity. That whole thing, I love. It was my favorite part of the whole movie. And the whole time you're
Ambiguity.
like, yeah, and so over time you like realize as the plot develops that the mom really did kill herself, but the ghost mom is saying she didn't kill herself. So it's like this is just a ghost who's reading her mind because she's like partially possessed and is like sleeping all cuddled up on her and stuff. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is getting so tripped out and creepy. Like I love that. Like favorite part of the film for sure.
Excellent.
Yes.
Love it. Jordan, how about you? 2 of your favorite things?
It's like a leech just like sucking her soul. I love it. It's so good. Yeah, I already mentioned I love just kind of the lore behind like the hand, and I like we just get enough. There's enough ambiguity. It's not like they
It's
tell
like
us
the
everything.
Jumanji board game, you know?
Yeah, I just and I mentioned the rules. Like it's really fun that they're, um, and the dumb kids, like there's something that they like tapped into. Like they said they actually got a clip um, from somebody like making a joke out of possession and stuff. And I just thought that's so interesting, and I feel like that's perfect for today's kids. Like trying to get the next high and always making a joke out of everything. And it's like not taking this stuff seriously, especially because I feel like, I mean, I remember doing a lot of dumb stuff when we were kids. So it's just like, it's really fun that they captured that because I
Yeah.
mean, this has one of the best montages. I mean, like it
They're all,
coalesces with the music. It's just
yes,
perfect.
yes, well, yes. I know exactly the scene from basically when they start and they're like, oh, like after
Yeah.
the first one, and then everyone just and then you just see everyone like taking photos with the possess. I don't know why I
Yeah.
thought that was really clever because it gives you this very unnerving, like they're not taking it seriously, and
Yeah.
that gave me a lot of anxiety and like because I was like, they're not taking it seriously, they're gonna obviously, but like it's so good that it makes you feel like, oh no, like you don't know how or when it's gonna happen because they're just like they all have their cameras out. They're all filming each
Yeah.
other like getting possessed, and they think it's funny because it's all for amusement. So they're posting it for likes and on their Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool to see like a modern day horror. And again, it's like, what do you do about this? Because
Hmm.
usually it's like issues with cell phone. It's like now you have like some demon leached onto you because you were goofing off with this spirit thing. And uh you call the police, like they're all gonna think you're crazy, but all that stuff, right? Like it's really cool to see like a modern day what kids would be doing. And I also liked my other favorite thing was well, I guess I can go into three things, but I'll just stick to two. But I like that you mentioned the rules, Jordan. I like that the the way she explains how it feels to have the possession, because it
Yeah.
looks pretty weird, because it's like basically they shake hands with the ceramic hand, or it's an embalmed hand, but they shake hands and then it grips them after they say talk to me, and then like they come face to face with a deceased person.
Yes. That
It's almost
flash.
like chat roulette. Oh my
Perfect.
gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first time Mia tries it, she gets this guy, like if you see the guy in front of her and she's terrified and lets go of the hand immediately.
Yeah.
It freaks you out too, because it just because you knew it was coming, but it freaks you out because the guy's like glossy eyed or whatever. And then she does it again. I don't know why, glutton for punishment. And then she sees like this drowned victim, and holy crap, the practical effects, the makeup
Yes.
artists, terrifying. Like
And
one
it
lanky,
just
janky eye, seaweed on her,
I
she
love that you just get
gurgling
just
sound.
enough of it too, and where you're like, oh, I want to see more of that, but they don't linger on it too long.
Yeah,
Like it's just
yeah.
like Mad Max Fury Road, where it's like there's so much to see. You're like, oh wait, I
And
want to
just the
see.
still image of it
Yeah,
is so effective too, because it was like a flash and you miss it and you're just like, oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah.
And then the next time you're just like, you're terrified to think what's gonna happen. And then like the weirdest thing, so after you shake in the hand and say talk to me, you can see someone like chat roulette, someone comes in front of you. It's a ghost from who knows where, from the other realm. One ghost appears in front of you, and then you can say, I let you in, and basically it allows the ghost to possess your body, and it will talk as you, and it can read your thoughts. It can do a lot of different things, right?
The kind
So
of like the demons from like Evil Dead. Like,
yeah, it had, yes, Evil Dead is a good comparison. I thought of things like Insidious a little bit. I
well,
also thought
I
of
thought of like Wishmaster and what's that space one that I love? It just
this
the
one.
I can't remember, but it's got
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne. Is that his
Oh,
name?
wait, are you talking about Event Horizon?
Yeah, where the scene where like they go to to hell or whatever that realm is, and then you see the screen and they play just like when there's that flash of all those like demons surrounding that poor kid.
Oh, I
Oh my
know.
gosh.
Terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's like burnt into my brain. Like,
Yeah. It made me think of like Get Out also, and also Hereditary, and maybe probably because of the animal motif. So I'm gonna blow everyone's mind on the podcast. I just hit a deer for the second time like an hour ago. I just hit a deer on my way to do this podcast, and I was thinking, bad spirits, man. Don't be listening to this podcast, dude. So this is the second deer I've hit this year, and in this movie, they hit a
a
kangaroo. I
kangaroo,
guess it's
yeah.
different, but it made me think of Get Out
Get
because
out,
of the
yeah.
animal or whatever. But that motif was really well done here, because the kangaroo, um, putting out of its misery, right? Because that's a big thing about this thing. Like, do you let someone suffer, or are you merciful and put them out of their misery, especially when they're like in the most awful place you can imagine, being tormented by a bunch of demons. So there was actually like 2 scenes in this movie I had to look away from. It was insane. Like this poor kid, Mia, and then
it
oh,
reminds
go
me a
ahead.
little bit of Insidious as well. Like it has like little
That's
pieces.
what I said. I said
Oh, you
Insidious.
said
Yeah. And you're like, nah,
oh,
not
it
so
reminds
much. But
me
you know what does remind me of Insidious?
Insidious. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
That's what one thing I was thinking about the movie, because the dead deer is like showing that she's gonna get hit by a car later and die in the same way, and they'll put her out of her misery, right? Like,
Oh,
but
I didn't even think that. I just know that she was faced with the choice to put her friend down. But that's funny that you say that, because yeah, it was literally a car. Lots of callbacks, Clinton. Nice work.
yeah,
I didn't think
yeah.
about that.
But I was
Oh,
wondering
so
in the
you think
film,
someone like killed Mia because she got hit by a car? Think someone just came up and stepped on her head or something?
yeah, but like the little kid
Right.
gets better over time. If she had been locked up in like a mental hospital or something for a year, would she have like gotten better? I don't know. You know what I mean? Or would she
Yeah,
just be sleeping every night with her mom? Like,
I guess no, I guess yeah, they did mention that the power that they have over you does dwindle over time.
yeah,
So you got to keep a lot. So again, I like how they explain that rule, because in a glimpse, kind of like you said, the ambiguous, very like brief glimpses of what's his name, Riley? I can't remember the kid's name.
I don't remember.
There's Cole is the other kid, Fiona, Duckett, Max, Riley. Yeah, it was Riley. Um, who played by Joe Bird. Holy kid, holy kid, holy cow,
holy
this
kid.
kid can act. Great acting chops by this kid, because it was terrifying and menacing, and he went from being like this innocent kid to being possessed. Terrifying. So nice work, Joe Riley, or Joe Bird played as Riley. That was crazy. And then it had Miranda Otto, who who played Sue, the mom. What is she in? She's in the isn't she like
Lord of the Rings,
Eowyn?
she has the best
Eowyn?
yeah, the best
Yeah, I'm no
line.
man. Yeah, she's great.
I am no man.
Right. So
She
yeah, she
played an
plays
awesome mom. That's what you said earlier, Clinton, right?
No, I was talking about the ghost mom.
Oh, she was great too. Yeah, there's just some great moms in this.
some great mothers. Well, I mean, the ghost mom's not so great. Just
Well,
saying, go
that's
kill
a good.
Riley.
Well, I meant great
Yeah.
Stab him
performances.
with a pair of scissors. Oh, that's what made me think of also Us, I guess. Anyway, there's like motifs and things that remind me of other horror movies, but again, it's
But
still
it
its
still
own
stands on
thing.
its own. Yeah.
But it does feel like homages or even callbacks, because I did think of the movie Us a lot, but I was like, this movie is way better than Us. Much, much better. And as
Yeah.
far as Get Out, I don't know. Does Get Out better? I think this is going to rival it, because I do want to watch this a few more times.
Yeah. I'm so excited to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm very excited to watch it
And,
again and watch it with others. Like,
and
I
it's
want to
definitely
show everybody
in my
this
top
movie.
100 favorite horror movies. It's so good.
One thing I really like about horror is when they do a good job at blending, like especially with like the demonic stuff, like the ghost. Like I could see this a million times, but like the unfinished business kind of aspect of it. So like at the end of this movie, Clinton, that was a good callback. The kangaroo she hits with her car, it's like put out of its misery. Then she drives away because she's not able to do it. And then at the end of this movie, Riley's been possessed by these demons and he's being held captive and he's in so much pain. So every waking minute he's free, he tries to kill himself. He's like hurting himself to put himself out of his misery. And so a merciful thing would be like to put him out of his misery and kill him. But Mia's like faced with this, and their big character moment is like, am I gonna do it? She's ready to stab with some scissors, doesn't, takes him out on the wheelchair out to the freeway, and it's like, I'm gonna dump him on the freeway and a car's gonna hit him, kill him for me, I guess. But then one last appearance of the mother, because the mother's the one that's doing all this, right? Because we find out that the rule is you can't let the spirit possess you for more than 90
Well, but
seconds.
and is it the mother too? Because like, I mean,
I highly doubt it. And maybe it was
yeah,
the first time,
I think it's
but
somebody. I think it's a spirit imitating the mom
for sure.
because the
Yeah,
same thing
I,
happened when she was getting
I'll even
choked
give
by
the
her
benefit of the
dad.
doubt. Maybe the very first time she saw it, it was her mom, and she was like, Mia, and then like went away. And then
Oh,
she's like, come
maybe, yeah.
back. And then some other demon's like, oh yeah, I can be your mom. What do you want to know? Kill
yeah,
Riley
because
so we can have him.
when they possess you, they can just see everything about you, all your memories and
Yeah.
thoughts. But that was
Mhm.
one thing I was wondering, though. I thought they said if you die while the spirits are like attached to you, then you become part of that group of spirits who is stuck, basically.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised because again, all of those are like, yeah, because again,
But
they try when they're possessed, they try to kill themselves, and then if not, they're gonna get other spirits are gonna try to convince you to kill. Because at the
but
very
she was
beginning,
alone though at the very end, and she was in the spirit world. So I was like, so I don't know about that theory.
I thought they said something about that, like, oh, if you
Oh,
die when
well,
you're possessed,
and
then
maybe it
they
depends on
oh,
how strong the hold was. Because again, for Mia, she didn't throw the boy in front, but dove herself,
no.
right?
Well, we didn't
Or
see
did
it.
she
I think
fall?
she might have been pushed. I think the other girl pushed her out of the way, maybe, or she fell.
Really? That's interesting.
I
So
mean, she
that's
ran to
ambiguous.
her and she was like, probably pushed her and she fell forward or something. I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like we
But
would have seen that. I think she chose to take herself out rather than
I don't
the
know. She
boy.
looked pretty set on killing that boy.
See, now I need to see it. Yeah, well,
and
but
well, I thought too, because the spirits mess with her, so she doesn't know what's real and what's not. I
Hmm.
almost thought that she just ended up in traffic because of the spirits, like somehow messing with her
Oh,
and getting her to
that's true
like.
too. So, right? Because like and I'm wondering, I like that theory because all these kind of work because we didn't see what happened, but ultimately it's like, did she make the choice? I like to think that she wasn't brave enough to kill Riley. That's why again she's about to stab him with the scissors, but doesn't, takes him
mhm.
out, and she's like, she's kind of delaying it, but then like she gets there and the mother's there comforting her, like, hey, it's gonna be okay. But it's not really her mother, but it's this ghost saying, like, hey, go ahead and kill him. Or maybe convinced her to kill herself, or maybe she's like, yeah, I don't even know what's real anymore, dove in front of the car. I don't know.
Well, what I
It's
love though is like based on like a lot of like ghost movies. I'm thinking of like what's one with Bruce Willis, M. Night Shyamalan,
Sixth Sense.
Sixth
Yeah.
Sense. Just like she doesn't know she's dead. I love that because a lot of ghosts don't. I mean, that's what they say. So
Right.
it's
You
like,
leave this life and then you're kind of like, wait, what would just happen? And
yeah, exactly.
and also another good use of a jump scare for some randos in a car. I smashing across the windshield that
Yeah.
terrified me, and then they swerve to a stop. Like, my heart's still racing because I just hit the deer today and I'm thinking about it, right? I'm like,
Um,
geez, like hitting an animal, like anything in your car, it's very traumatizing. So they did that really well. But because I love it, because like you see her at the freeway and then she's like has her hands on the wheelchair, and you see her hands like release or whatever. And I just liked it. Like they did a really good job. But see, there was a moment where he's like, he's ours. You got that toothless guy in the wheelchair, and so I think maybe she came to a realization that no, that this is what they want. This is me to kill Riley, so I'm not going to. But then, like, why take herself out? I don't know. So I do want to watch it again because maybe they
I
do give the
I think it
hints
was the
into why.
girl. I
Yeah, the girl that ran up and pushed her.
But it
Like,
could have been the spirits too, because like they want to kill you, like and
yeah,
mutilate
yeah, they'd
yourself.
be happy
So
with Mia or with Riley,
yeah,
right? Like they want to take them all. So like the idea is like, because at the very beginning you see the brother at this house party, and like he finds him, he's got like marks on his back, and then he
hmm.
gets up, and then he's like, come on, we're getting out of
Oh,
here,
he
and then he
stabs
takes
his
a knife and
brother
stabs his
and then
brother,
kills
and then
himself.
tries to kill himself. And
Yeah.
so the spirit must have convinced him the same thing, like kill your brother, put him out of his misery, even though he
What
wasn't in any misery, and then he tries to kill himself. So it's like try to
which are
kill the other and then try to kill yourself.
which
So
reminds me of two.
maybe she actually was
Oh,
in the act of pushing her off the freeway, but the sister got to the boy and saved Riley, and then she dove off the freeway and tried to kill herself and him.
yeah,
Right?
all theories. But
But
I just
all theories, yeah, yeah,
I want to mention just two other things you
yep,
reminded me. That opening
yep,
scene, great one shot, like it's amazing. That
yeah, yeah.
whole
Tracking through the party, yeah. I liked
great.
it too. I was noticing that. I was like, oh, this is exciting, like a house party, very chaotic, and then it kind of introduces the first victim of this.
Yeah, and then the second one was the shot of the kid like leaning all the way over.
Yes,
There's
yes,
some
the
really
camera work
great
of the possessions were super cool. I love that.
and there was one shot of just, and they showed this in the trailer, but when she's sitting in the chair and then the guy comes up behind her, and when he stands up, he kind of like moves like really weird looking. It's just like it was like
Yes.
an eerie feeling. So
Oh, it
there's just
does. But
there's
see, I also think they did a good job at like, because these guys are kind of like eccentric and weird, because they're like, we
yeah,
bring this hand around, you don't know where it came from, it's been passed down. Like, it's got lore, it's got like intrigue, it's got mystery around it, like, and then obviously like the subtle effect of just the eyes, like they just go black or whatever,
yeah.
not fully, but like their pupils are huge, and then like they kind of talk the same, but they talk a little differently. I
Hmm.
just loved all that, and then the creepy smiling. Um, the gasping for air. It's just all very like very uneasy because again they're gasping for air and they're like he's choking and they're like no just wait and then they like finally take a breath and they're like ha like it's super funny, right? And you're just like sure. And then yeah, with Mia going longer than 90 seconds because she thought she saw her mom, with Riley being possessed, so she like kept Riley in that state longer than 90 seconds, which I thought was it was a good character break, but I also liked that it was a character motivation that I understood. She was so desperate to see her
Yes.
mom again.
Hmm.
So even though it's a dumb decision, I like understand why they made it, because a lot of times it's called writing where good writing and bad writing, where it's like character has to do something, so just make it happen. But this one, it's like it's a bad horror movie decision, but I understand why she made it. The motivation's
Yes.
there, and it's unfortunate that Riley is this innocent bystander in all this. So I like that. I like to, and again, some of these demons I would not let you in. I'd be like, talk to me, and I'd be like, no, swipe left or no, next one. Some fat, ugly, drowned, bulgy-eyed freak. I'd be like, nope, next one. Oh, but then again, like, so I wonder if the demons get good at maybe it's only if they talk to you, if you allow them in, they can access your memories. Because at first they're just like, so at the very end, me, so this is like a spoiler review, obviously, but me at the end, it's
After we've
like
already
revealed
spoiled
she's walking
everything.
through this hospital. Yeah, she's walking through the hospital and sees like all these visions and seeing Riley getting better over time. So time's passing weird. But Clinton caught it, the
Oh,
lighting
interesting.
of the
Time was
match.
passing faster. That's interesting you
Yeah,
said that.
because it was like
Because her
speeding
dad
up.
was
But
already out of the hospital too.
dad was already at that hospital and walking away. Riley's okay and getting better. And then the very last, like you hear a match strike, I believe, or she
Something like
had
that.
matches or something like that. So the candle, there's a motif where they light a candle at the beginning of this ritual, and then they blow the candle out to make sure that the spirit doesn't get out, right?
Yeah.
Which was good because one thing that I liked is that Mia has a moment where she has the hand and like says talk to me, but she didn't blow out the candle, or you never see the candle blow out, or they wonder if that's part of the reason. So I like that they try to do a lot of different things with this movie. But man, I want to see this again. I want to
Yeah.
show everybody. You guys got to go see this. This is great. So lighting the match to bring the spirit and blowing out the candle, it was really good that they can't remain. I like that rule. um yeah, it's great. But I looked away twice in this film. I don't know about you guys. There was two scenes like Riley is like banging his head against the countertop and then against the side
Popping
dresser
his
or whatever next to the
eyeball out.
window. Yeah, so and then like after it's not enough, they like try to stop him. She puts her hand in front of him
Oh, and then
from
it.
it breaks her hand or her fingers because she like literally stops him from smashing his head into the table any longer. And then like after they restrain him, he just like gets his hand and he's ready to like take out his own eye. It's so messed up. I'm like, nope, absolutely not. So I had to look away because I was like, I can't do this. So nice work. You freaking scared me so much in a horror movie these days. It's hard to do. And then the other time was in the hospital when he finally gets free and he falls over and I don't know if it was in the shower or something, and he starts hitting his head against the tile. Oh, it just breaks
Well,
my heart.
but it helps too when you care about characters. Like these are very well written.
Oh, I know. Like it
Yeah.
just breaks your heart. Like Riley, it truly breaks your heart. And man, it's like these demons got him, and then you get a glimpse of him being like just like all these hands around him, like just holding him tight in place,
Hmm.
and he's like totally fast and he's just screaming. It's so sad. You're just like, but it's okay, folks. Riley gets better in the end, so everything's fine. He's gonna be okay.
As
Like
far as we know, who knows?
he's okay.
Like,
Lots of
do we
therapy
know if that's
probably.
an actual rule? Is like they say like it slowly fades away, but like who are
Are
they
they ever
basing?
truly gone?
Yeah. Well,
Who knows? But yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah, trying to take out his own eye, couldn't do it, looked away. So anyway, you guys have other things that you guys liked about it or things you wanted to mention about this?
nothing I could think
You,
of, but
you
I am
mentioned
very
really,
excited. But yeah.
yeah, you mentioned real quick the actual physical holding that weird hand as like a bridge between this world and the spirit, like the ghost world. Awesome. That's
Yes.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like iconic, but it's simple. Like it was a premise that you can just grasp onto, pardon the pun, but like really quickly. Like it's like, oh, like because yeah, they're always like a Ouija board or all that. It's kind of like a new thing, right? It's like a hand. It's iconic, and I like all the graffiti on it. Like there's people writing, like they're signing it and stuff. Like it just looks like it's been passed around and been through a lot. And you're just like, what's the story of this hand? Like you could do prequels, sequels, and spinoffs, like all kinds of things with this thing because the premise is so simple, and yet it feels fresh and new. See, folks, it's not that hard, you know. And I even kept thinking, like, I don't know, do we ever see the hand move or like grasp onto their hand, right, or not? I think maybe I imagined it, or you hear the sound of it like grasping their hand or something. But
Well, like the ghost possesses them to like not let go of the hand, but I don't
yeah,
think the hand itself ever
ever
moves.
moves. See, maybe I was thinking that because the A24 logo shows the hand and then it like
Oh yeah,
contorts into the
which
two,
is
the
really great.
A24,
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, very offsetting or offsetting and very off-putting, very unsettling. Off-putting is what I'm trying to say. I can't even
unsettling.
speak tonight, but yeah, it was great. I also really like, there was like a few moments that I really loved, that like filmmaking that I really enjoyed, like when she's doing the dishes, Mia's doing her dishes, the father's behind her and talking to her, and like the dishes are like drowning out what he's saying, and then she stops the faucet, and then the dad
Well,
speaks
and
again,
he's out of focus too,
and he's
which
out
is
of
great.
focus, and
Yeah.
it's just like things like that that I really enjoy, because it's like,
Mhm.
oh, they're set, without saying like, ever since your mother died, you and I aren't talking. It's just like, he's like, hey, how was your day, like, how you doing, and she's just not having it, and she's distant, and it's just so cool that they show it in a very normal way, not like I said, just like telling, they showed it, and I like that. So show don't tell was really well done. And
And there were so many great scenes and shots. Like I just loved when she's looking out the window and the rain on the, and I was like, wow, seriously, a lot of
yeah,
great shots like that.
yeah. And yeah, you mentioned the montage. I just, that whole scene where all the kids are getting
Perfect.
possessed, and even the guys that brought the hand. So it's not like they're kind of even throwing caution to the wind, because they're all like, you know, we've done this many times. They get possessed with many different people, and like I said, it kind of acts as like a chat roulette. They get some people to do embarrassing things. They, you know, some guy makes out with a dog, like all kinds of silly things. They're all just filming it, and they're just having a blast. And then the one other thing I did like is that they explain the possession. They're like, well, it's actually like ethereal, or it's like otherworldly, and it's very peaceful, and I felt warm, and I felt seen, or whatever, right? Like
Well,
she was saying that she felt
she said
so
she
much
was in like
love.
the passenger seat and like somebody else was taking the
Yeah,
reins. And
but
I
it
love the
wasn't,
shot.
it wasn't off-putting. It was like a
Yeah.
very wonderful feeling as
Eh,
far as how they felt. So at least it made sense in the fact that they would keep doing it, because if it was like a terrifying possession, it was like, oh, like it was terrifying, it was terrible, because the people they see are terrifying, but I guess when they allow them to possess them, they're like, yeah, it's kind of pleasant. Yeah, like you said. So I just thought
And
that was
there was
interesting.
one more shot too where the hands are like reaching over the shoulders, like this idea that she's like, you know, like latching onto her. I just love that
Yes,
shot.
yes,
And
yes. The hands
also
kind of.
like and it's also like that comfort because she's seeking, like she feels so disconnected because she
Yep,
doesn't have her mom. Like I just
yep.
love that. That's so good.
And she's not over it yet, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was really well done too. And man, great performance, by the way. What's her name?
From
Mia.
all the people, yeah.
Yeah, Sophie Wilde, killed it. Nice work, girl. And I just was really impressed with her performance, and I kept thinking the whole time, like, yeah, she's great. I hope she goes on to do a lot more. I'll watch whatever she's in next. And of course, the directors, I hope they go on to make a lot more stuff. If they make Street Fighter, I'll definitely go see it.
Oh, 100%.
Um, 'cause, no Street Fighter movie is bad. Like, wasn't John Claude Van Damme in the last
Yeah.
one, right? Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've seen that, and Mortal Kombat, right? But it'd be fun to watch those again. But anyway, the Rock'n'Roller Brothers, they make me laugh. I'm super glad that they're
It,
they got this movie made. I think it's
yes.
a miracle that it got made, and it's awesome that it did. They took a chance, and it was a swing and a hit, a home run for sure. So I'm excited, because to me, it gives me hope, like the next Jordan Peele in a way. These two brothers can like, and again, whether they keep making horror movies, like you said, of Street Fighter, but yeah, action. Like I feel like they could dabble in a lot of different things, because they're not a one-trick pony, but they're very entertaining, and I think they're thoughtful in the way they made this film, with the callbacks, with the ambiguity. Like they know they did a very successful horror movie, which is really cool, because I don't think any of their videos are horror, right? Not that I've ever seen. I mean, Harry Potter versus Star Wars is not necessarily
They're basically just all violent. It's just a
yeah,
very different genre.
comedy, yeah, and violent,
Comedy,
like
violence, yeah.
actual like fighting, and then the blend of practical with special. Like they do a good job with the camera work too, and
Hmm.
hiding the lack of budget. But again, so like you mentioned, they had a bigger budget, not much bigger.
Oh, that's true.
And the
It
fact that it
was
was picked up. But so yeah, I'm impressed with what
It
they
was
did, and they did.
four and a half million was the budget, I think.
Yeah, which I mean, it sounds like a lot, but man,
It's not.
that's a micro budget as far
I
as they're
know
concerned.
compared to
But
like what is it like 400 million for superhero or whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like 1/100th of the budget. Yeah, but excellent, excellent work. I was super thrilled when I watched this, and it was by far top 10 movies I've seen this year, I'd say.
So
For
far, yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And oh, and then it's just really funny to see like the profane Ronald McDonald from Raka Raka Boys. I put that in there. Like, it's just to being a Sundance Film Festival contestant. So I'm super excited.
Yeah,
for
if
that.
you're a horror fan and you haven't seen it, then see it.
Yes.
So good.
And then of course Mia's laugh when she's possessed, terrifying.
Oh
the
yeah,
first
that
time.
was so good. That was a
It's
great laugh.
great. She killed it. Like I said, like she did such a good job because she was possessed by multiple different beings behaving differently. So it's like it reminded me of Split in a way too, where you're just like James McAvoy's doing all these performances and characters. Mia did really good. Like she was all these different people, and
And like sucking on the foot.
let's not forget that. That made me laugh. I was like, the demons made me do it. So next time I'm like, you wake up and your roommate's sucking on your toe. You're like, it wasn't me. The demons made me do it.
Yeah, there were some great laughs in the theater but like unsettling laughs because they're like, like
yeah. Because he's like, yeah, I woke up and Mia was sucking on my toes or something, and they're like, what the freak? Because and he hadn't disclosed it, and it just came out of nowhere and with no context. But even with context, you're like, it's still messed up.
Yeah, it's like, wait, she was sucking on your feet, and wait, you were sleeping in the same there
was a lot. There was a lot to process what he just said. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, love the camera work. You already mentioned it, so awesome stuff. But yeah, maybe jump out of my seat. The two that got me were the two first demons you see. It was so quick. The glimpse of the guy and then the glimpse of the drowned lady. And I love the sound they use. It sounded like gurgling, the audio. It sounded like muffled underwater. She was wheezing, so like there was water in her lungs. Like just a lot of cool attention to details that they did. I just loved. So folks, I gushed enough about this movie.
Yeah,
hard recommendation. Got to go see it. And even if you're scared of this stuff, I was gonna say it has a good ending. It's kind of like Jumanji. The drum roll just keeps rolling on. The game board finds somebody else. So, the spoiler at the end, Mia's dead, and then she gets pulled into a chat roulette with some other guy in Greece, or they're speaking Greek or something like that, or something. Anyway, or Greek. What do they speak there? I don't know what they speak. Italian? I don't remember. She's in this room with all these other people, and they all have the hand, and they're like, I let you in. And then you're like, oh, she got a moment to possess this guy. So I just thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
So
it'll be fun if they decide to, if they are let to make a sequel, like where they can go with it.
I know, right? Like
they can do anything.
Yeah.
It's super, it's so open. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be in outer space. It could be like Alien, like they're on the spaceship.
Yeah, talk to me 10. Yeah, talk to me X or whatever, and it's out in space, and Jason Voorhees is there too, and he gets hold of the hand. Yeah.
Speaking of X, they dropped the trailer for the new Saw X. I'm so excited.
Does the trailer look at all anything good, or is it just more nonsense?
It looks like all the rest of them. There's even a part where he's like, put part of your cerebral in this little thing to save your life. So he has to cut his brain out of his head.
This sounds so stupid.
It is. I'm so excited.
I did see the poster for it though. Like there's like tubes in this guy's eye or whatever. Yeah, they're crossed. On it. It's so stupid.
I'm so excited.
Gosh. I can't even. What is it? Fire ants coming down the tubes, eating out his eyes or something. It was just so stupid.
I love it.
Contraptions. The first one wasn't even about the contraptions, folks. There was one cool reversed bear trap thing, but that's it. Stop with all these stupid contraptions. Saw is not he's not some Rube Goldberg aficionado.
I will watch it forever.
So
if they make 100 of these, I'll watch them.
They're so dumb.
It's been 2 weeks, so I'm gonna cruise through my list. Is that cool?
Oh yeah. Wait, quick question. So before we go on, are we gonna do an in-depth review about MI7 and all the other Oppenheimer?
I thought we'd save that for Cameron.
Oh,
I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, don't spoil.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to.
We'll save that.
Clarity.
We were going to do it this week, but Cameron couldn't show up. And then last week, Ty was there.
And then he wouldn't want to talk to me because he's a little cheap. He's a little coward.
He doesn't like demon possession stuff. So
I don't know why. There's nothing scary about him.
I don't know why he would have a problem.
They feel great. It feels great, guys.
We only grew up religious, thinking that you could actually be possessed.
Which you can, by the way, just throwing that out there. So don't let it in. Don't let bad spirits in. I'm not kidding. That stuff is
Yeah.
real.
Okay, so going through my list, I watched 40-Year-Old Virgin. Very funny. Watching it with my wife. I watched it alone the first time. Not as
It's not
funny.
that funny. It's
I think
okay.
it's funny. Well, I mean,
There's
not
definitely some
my.
funny scenes.
Yeah, fun. Okay, funny bits. And
Oh
then
man, you're
the what?
he says, "Oh, you're." That's my favorite part.
That's right.
Oh, you can cut
Let's
that out.
see. I will. And then Cameron told me to watch Batman Under the Red Hood, which was good. I don't have much more to say about it. Let's see. And then I watched Sympathy for the Devil. Have you watched that one, Ty, yet with Nicolas Cage? Very,
No.
very
Wait,
fun. Huh?
wait, Sympathy. Is that the trailer I showed you or not? That movie's not out yet, right?
I own it. So Sympathy for the Devil. It's where Nick Cage like kidnaps this guy, not kidnaps him, but like gets in the car with him and he like tells him to do stuff and he's got a gun to his head.
Yeah,
So,
wait. But was that Collateral with Nick Cage, right?
yeah, Collateral. Yeah, it's Collateral.
That's okay. I didn't know that movie was already out.
Yeah. I own it. You'll have to check it out. It's fun.
Is it good?
I enjoed it. Yeah.
Okay,
Nick
perfect.
Cage,
Okay,
his performance is
I
great.
love Nick Cage. Okay, wait. So what was it called? Dance with the Devil, or was it?
I only said it 10 times. Sympathy for the Devil.
Sympathy for the Devil.
Yeah. And then I rewatched Arrival, masterpiece. I love it so much.
Danny Villeneuve, dude.
And then I rewatched Fifth Element, which I just love those practical effects. I'm sorry, it's so good.
That element.
Me too. Bruce Willis is the best. I am
Don't
a
forget
meat
Gary Oldman,
popsicle.
dude. You forget
Oh
it's
yes,
Gary
my gosh.
Oldman, dude.
So
He's the
good.
villain.
Yeah.
He's great.
Dude, oh my gosh, I love Gary Oldman. Let's see, and then I watched Ghost World, Ty, which I think you would like. It's actually really good.
Ghost World.
It's got Steve Buscemi, and then like a bunch of other actresses. Scarlett Johansson. It's kind of like a coming of age story. And then I love slasher flicks, so I watched April Fool's Day, which I enjoyed. Lots of pranks. I mean, there's just something
April
about
Fool's Day.
the
Is
80s.
that like
Huh?
is that the Truth or Dare kind of movie?
No, April Fool's
Oh.
is like April Fool's Day is
Oh wait.
it's
Not Happy Death Day either. Okay, sorry. Okay.
yeah, I mean
I'm
it
confused.
falls in line with all the other slasher flicks, so and old ones too. And then I rewatched Deadstream, which I absolutely love. I rewatched Dragged Across Concrete, which is a masterpiece. And then
That stream was so good. You recommended that one to me. I love that one.
Deadstream is another good
funny?
one.
Yeah. If you guys like horror movies,
Good
highly
horror
recommend.
comedy though, by the way.
And a new movie that's actually good, because Deadstream. I'm just saying it's cool that it's like also has an idea of like a modern day take, which is like streaming.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Just like even like it came out in the last year or so. Like it's a new movie, folks. Not one of those old movies.
I just mean because like there's a lot of garbage new stuff. Anyways, and then I watched The Visitors, which has got Liam the Professional. I forget his name. It's
Jean Reno.
Thank you.
Jean Reno, yeah.
Jean Reno.
Yeah, it's like it's a comedy. It's about like a bunch of knights that show up in America, but not America, but like in France, in modern day time. So it's like fish out of water kind of story.
Yeah, comedy.
And then I rewatched The Evil Dead and 13 Ghosts, and Hellraiser. All fun practical effects. I actually liked Hellraiser better on the second viewing, the new remake, because the first time I saw it, my TV for whatever reason, like I couldn't see anything, so I couldn't see all the cool makeup and practical effects. But if I like stand on the side of my TV, it's like brighter for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's the curved TV. But and then I rewatched Amelie. How do you say it?
Yeah, Amelie.
Amelie. Yeah, it's just I liked it better the first time. What Happened to Monday, Ty? You have to see it. I've watched it 3 times already. So good. It's on Netflix. Really great movie.
What was that one? What Happened to Monday?
What Happened to Monday?
What is that about? Because I think I may have seen the ad.
William Dafoe. It's got not a, what do you call it when there's 7 duplicates of the same person?
Yeah. There's like a clone thing, right?
Yeah,
each
not
of them is a
clone.
day of the week. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
but each day of week they're all born at the same time, so they're they're twins, but of 7. What is that?
Septuplets?
Septuplets? I don't know.
Septuplets, yeah.
Septuplets.
Okay, and then I rewatched Chaser with Cameron. Cameron put it in his top 100. It's amazing. Chaser's so good.
Give me all these movies.
And then
what was that movie we never finished with John Travolta?
Oh, Blowout.
Yeah,
that was good. And then I watched the
that.
3rd season of Righteous Gemstones. It starts out great. It doesn't end very great. the first season.
Oh, speaking of shows, dude, I need to finish It's Always Sunny. Are there more episodes out, I assume?
Yeah, like 1 or 2 left because we've seen most of them.
I've only seen like 3 episodes. I fell off the
If you
wagon.
watch the Bryan Cranston one, that's pretty close to the end of this season.
That's like the 3rd or 4th episode in.
No,
They
it's
have
not.
10
It's like
episodes.
5, 6.
That better not be.
It is. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, and
getting
then the last
old.
last movie I watched was Champions, which is basically like it's not as funny, but it's kind of like The Ringer. You know, with what's
Retarded people.
okay.
What's wrong with that? Is that a bad word?
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
understand.
Anyways, so it's got
They're
Woody
smarter than every human being in
it's
that movie.
it's got
or-
D from Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Woody Harrelson,
Sweet
and he
D.
coaches
Sweet
a
D.
basketball team. Anyway,
Oh
so
yeah, I did
burned through
want to
that.
see that. That looked
Yeah,
super sweet.
it's
That was
good.
a very
It is.
sweet film. Okay, what
Yeah.
was it? Closers?
Champions.
Champions.
Closers.
I like half listen, I'm
No,
just getting
you're good.
old. My earring is getting
So-
weird. Oh, and then Roadhouse was the other movie you told me. I
Oh
should
my
go watch.
gosh, I want to watch Roadhouse again so bad, dude. That movie's amazing.
Like the old one with
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah,
Swayze?
that's right.
Yes.
Well,
Have you seen it, Clinton?
Clinton, there's
Yeah.
apparently there's
Oh.
talk that Jake Gyllenhaal's coming back to do the new
Oh,
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse,
And I
yeah.
can't remember who's directing it, but it's the guys that did
I loved Roadhouse.
remember the movie.
Maybe it's not for
Yeah.
everybody, but I just
Oh,
I know.
it's good. I like
okay,
Roadhouse.
good. I'm like, maybe I'm out of touch, but
No, I was wondering if there's like a new one or something.
You're out of touch. Well, that's true too, but two things can be
I-
true at once.
who's list next? And obviously, I'm excited for Saw 10.
Clinton, hit us up, man. What's you seen lately?
Oh man. So it was really stupid, but I really liked it. It was Renfield.
Oh, I
yeah.
want to see that. I was on the airplane and I was gonna watch it, but my speaker thing wasn't working, and then the guy's seat next to me wasn't working. He was sleeping, so I didn't think he'd mind. But his headphone thing wasn't working either. So
Yeah, it's like a gore fest, but it's funny and it has what's her name from Queens or whatever.
Aquafina.
Yeah, Aquafina. And
I don't like her.
I usually did. I like sometimes I like her, sometimes I don't. And she was good in this one since she's like over the top.
Got Nick
silly.
Cage being a vampire, Jordan. You have to go see it. Ever since his performance in what's the
Kiss,
Vampire's Kiss? Yeah. You have to see him as an actual vampire. He's meant to play Dracula.
He does such a good job.
I
He's
might
like
just
one
go.
of my favorite.
I might skip
watch-
through just to watch
Yeah,
his scenes.
just watch his scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. So I really like that one. I saw
Where did you watch
Troy.
it though, Clinton?
I own
just Jordan Bond.
Oh, see, perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and let's see. I watched Troy the other night with
I
Brad
need to-
Pitt
I need to watch that again. I haven't seen that. I've only seen scenes from it too. I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
yeah,
and
it's
Colin Firth or Colin Farrell.
no, it's the guy from
That's Alexander.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, that's hilarious. So I got the movies wrong.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
Guy
the guy
Pearce? Who's
from
in it?
Time Traveler's Wife is the main guy from that.
Eric
is the-
Bana. Got it. Eric Bana. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he's
Eric, I know
the-
your name. I'm sorry.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he plays.
I was just
the-
confusing two
I
different.
just remember
movies.
Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Was Angelina Jolie in it?
No,
Oh.
Rose.
No, 'cause-
Byrne.
Yeah, she's not in this one, Jordan.
Oh.
You're thinking. You're also thinking.
Now I'm thinking-
Yeah, that's the one with
Yeah.
Colin Farrell. We both. So I think Troy and Alexander,
Alexander.
like two movies that are pretty easily to confuse.
I feel like they
guess.
came out at the same time, where it's just the front cover that just I always think of the same movie.
Yeah, I really like it. I think the fight scenes are really well choreographed in that. So I like that one.
Do you like it more than Gladiator?
Yes.
Oh, sick.
Whoa.
No, I might actually just watch it.
Gladiator. Well, Gladiator's good. They're so different. I don't know. I
Okay,
like,
right on. So I just thought it was
Um,
like another Gladiator, and I'm like,
yeah,
Spartacus,
that's fun.
Ben-Hur.
And then what else was there? I just finished watching. I don't say bad words, but Jack A 2.
I'll say it for you guys. It's a word
Or
for
no,
donkey.
not Jack A. Kick A. Sorry.
Oh,
okay,
okay,
good
yeah.
too, yeah.
Okay. But speaking of that, I did watch Bad Grandpa the other day. That one's so funny.
So everybody on the podcast, Clinton doesn't want to say bad words, but he watches movies like Bad Grandpa, which had me in tears when I watched that for the first time on an airplane. I was in tears laughing so hard. That movie's
I
touching
know.
hilarious.
Johnny Knoxville
Yeah,
is so funny.
He's great.
just laughed out loud. Like his
So
newest
funny.
like film, the Jack A Forever, was so funny.
So funny.
I loved
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
yeah. Yeah, I watched the season's first season of Silo on Apple TV. That one was really good.
I heard a recommendation for that as well.
I feel like
I
you've watched
haven't
like everything on Apple TV.
Yeah.
You have a Apple TV subscription? You have to share it with me or something
No,
because
it was just for the month. That's why I just
that's true. Glenn's like, yeah, just for the free subscription. He watched everything that was good on Apple TV and then cancels
yeah.
it. Wait for another year, create another email once enough good shows get on there. Yeah, people are talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I saw Barbie, the Barbie movie. That was all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
I
I
like
don't know if that
it.
movie's really for me, so I don't really bother to
Yeah.
see it.
It's like, oh, that's cool. They're like doing something different, but at the same time, I don't know. I
It,
struggle with it a little bit.
I love though watching it with your daughter. Oh my gosh. Hazel was the cutest thing ever. She was like moving, rocking back and forth in the chair, and she was just like loving it. So that definitely
Yeah,
made the experience much better.
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, I think I was telling you her synopsis of the film. She's like, "Yeah, I liked it. Barbie, she lived at her house, and then Ken lived at her house, and then in the end, she got her house back, and she was really happy." And I'm like, "Yeah, that is everything that happened in the movie."
Well put. Huh?
Yeah, mhm,
It's
yeah.
funny.
All
Yeah,
right, that's my list.
I did like Ryan Gosling. I thought he was pretty great.
Everybody did great, but like just the film itself is like, all right.
So
I concur.
I have no idea what did I let you guys know I watched Meat or no, sorry, Meat Beef. Did you guys watch that one with Steven
Yeah,
Yeun and
I
Alyssa Cho?
loved it. Yeah.
I was good. I
Yeah.
literally liked it. I think
The ending I don't know.
yeah, I almost feel like they should have cut
They
one
should have
episode
ended it.
out and then
Yeah.
there maybe could have been a less but not necessarily even ambiguous ending. It was just like, that's the ending. But what certainly wasn't as bad as Ozark, so I'll never forget that.
Oh
End
yeah.
on a trigger pull. Ozark, Jason
Oh,
Bateman, you failed us.
I'm glad
I,
A24 is starting to do TV shows, like produce TV shows and stuff. That's
yeah.
exciting that they did that one. And then they also are producing also something I'm looking forward to, Camp Crystal Lake. Now that the lawsuit is finally over, they're going to start doing more Friday the 13th. I'm so excited.
Lawsuit's over.
Yeah, because there's two people that created the first movie, and so they were constantly suing each other. And then finally the lawsuit just
They
ended.
died. Yeah.
No, it's the
Jordan killed
lawsuit's
them.
done and over, so now they can start making movies again.
Jordan killed them. So do an investigation on him. So yeah, I won't spoil anything, but I saw Mission Impossible 7 in the theaters, and I went and saw Oppenheimer in the theater, and I saw Talk to Me, obviously.
Yeah, we'll
talked about, and
do
then
those two next week.
and then I watched The Covenant while I was on the airplane with Guy Ritchie directing with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh my
Really
gosh,
loved it.
finally!
Really good,
It's so
really
good.
good story. I really liked it. It was
Clinton, you
really
need to
powerful.
watch it.
Covenant.
Yeah,
Okay.
The Covenant. It was really
I
good.
mean, you have to wait till I buy it, I'm sure, because you won't want to buy it. But
Yeah, powerful movie though. I really liked it. And then I went and watched Guardians 3 again. Love that movie. I liked Guardians 3. That was great. Again, it feels like one of the last bastions of good Marvel, and then I think we're pretty much done.
well,
It's
James
pretty much
Gunn.
Disney.
I think it's a James Gunn movie. I don't even think of it as a Marvel movie.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, I've enjoyed the like as far as the Guardians, I saw all three of them in theaters, so that's something. So I enjoy his movies. I know that some people are like this or that, but I'm like, he sought to entertain and he made me laugh, and I was very entertained. And I think Drax stole the show this movie. I know Rocket is like a lot of the emotional weight, but Drax was so funny. Hello, stupid morons. He's like,
Just
hello,
kill
idiots.
one person.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna kill everyone that gets in our way. No, we're not gonna kill it. Just a few people. No, just one stupid person that nobody cares about. Now you're just being sad.
Yeah, I think it's on Disney Plus, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Clinton,
where I
you should
watched
watch
it.
it if you haven't seen it. It's good.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, definitely
Yeah, the
watch it.
third
It's
one is
super
actually
good.
really good.
It's super good. As far as I think 1, 3, and 2 would be my order if I had
Yeah.
one. So it's better than the second one, I think. So, but really fun. And then lastly I watched this new show with Harrison Ford. I don't know how new it is, but Jason Segel and Harrison Ford called Shrinking. It's all about
Oh,
their
yeah.
therapist, and he's like
Sounds good.
spiraling out of control, and he's trying to get his life back. So he's a therapist, but he's hit rock bottom, and It's sweet. It's kind of like a little bit more mature, Atypical meets like
I like Atypical.
yeah, I think you guys would enjoy it. There's a lot of language which kind of sounds like but either way, the way the show is made, it's like they're just like brutally honest all the time because they're therapists, so like they just say whatever it is on their mind, and they're always constantly like working through their issues like out loud, which it's just interesting. Like you get used to it, but like I remember it's the first one had me though because I was like very interested to see how they'd resolve these character conflicts. So it's good. And I love Jason Segel. I think he's probably one of my favorite underrated actors. And I think I look most like him if I had a Hollywood actor that I looked like. Uh and then yeah, Harrison Ford is great in it. He's excellent. And then it has the girl from Tell Me Your Secrets, which was a really good Netflix or no Prime. It was one of those two. Tell Me Your Secrets, which was a good show.
She's awesome. She's a
Well,
solid
okay.
actor.
So not only are you talking about Tell Me Your Secrets?
Well, I haven't seen that one, but from Shrinking, she does a great job.
Yeah. So there's so many. There's actually a lot of good performances also, but like from the other actors as well. But yes, the one in question, Tell Me Your Secrets, she was good, and then the villain was so good. Do you remember, Jordan, the vampire one, the not the Amityville Horror? What was the island one where the vampires are taking over? The Midnight Mass. Midnight
Oh
Mass, right?
yeah.
The priest, that actor, he is one of the best villains I've seen in a long time in Tell Me Your Secrets. Highly recommend you watch it. If you like Midnight Mass and you liked the priest and you want to see him as a villain, watch the heck out of Tell Me Your Secrets. So good. It's great
Oh yeah,
story.
I'll add that to the list.
you were talking about The Nun too, the preview for that, how scary it was. But The Nun was one of the worst horror films like I feel like I've ever seen. It's just
Oh, but
so
this is a new one, or I guess
Well,
they just
yeah, they're
redoing
making a
it,
sequel to
a
it.
sequel to the Nun. Yeah, I have no desire to see it, but I just it made me laugh that it scared Dad out of his seat. So I was like, the movie
well,
hadn't even started yet. It's
I love the Conjuring universe, but
yeah.
man, The Nun was so bad. It was like every time you think something's gonna
Okay,
pop
wait.
out, it
Help
pops out.
me understand then. Like, what else is there in the Conjuring universe? So you have Conjurings
Conjuring
one
one,
through
two,
three.
three. Yeah.
And
And
all the
then
Annabelles.
Annabelle's.
Oh, Annabelle. Okay, I was gonna say, I was
Yeah.
like, what else
Annabelle.
is there? The Nun and yeah. Okay, Annabelle, and then anything
That,
else? Or
that
Insidious, is that's its own thing, but it's
no,
also directed by James Wan. So right.
there are a
Okay.
lot of Annabelle films though,
Okay.
There's like four, I
which
think.
I really like some of them.
So
Yeah, the first one
Like
was good, and then Comes Home, right? Or
yeah,
something.
Annabelle Comes Home, so
I
good.
need
I
to watch
love
that
that
one
movie.
okay.
because
Annabelle
it's
comes
the
home.
guy that did the um what's the bubble blowing superhero one? Shazam. He did
No.
Shazam and he did Lights Out. He's just
Oh, interesting. Okay.
yeah, he's
So what was
done
it?
some
Annabelle comes home.
creation, I think.
Creation.
Oh, was it
I think it
Creation?
was creation. Sorry.
Oh man, one of them was like so good.
Well,
They
But the
like
first
all the
one was
names
good
were
though.
yeah, I enjoyed the first one and Annabelle Creation. That's right. Yeah, that was the good one.
Pace. Does that also have Eowyn in it though? One of them has Eowyn, doesn't it?
Eowyn. Yes, that's her.
Yeah, so
Uh,
she's in Creation.
Creation. Yeah. So yeah, watch that
Clint, are you
one.
thinking of the same one?
You know, Comes Home was the last one they just did, the fourth one.
But you
yeah,
liked
Creation where they like they go where they go through the beginning where she was made and stuff. Yeah.
That's the third
is
one.
is Creation the beginning one?
Yeah. Yeah, that one was so good.
Annabelle
Yeah.
Origins,
Yeah.
Creation,
Or maybe there's only three
Inception.
Annabelles. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
one
there
of
is.
them was
And then I
bad.
heard there was talk of making the tall man in the mask or the tall man in the top hat, the like stop motion guy and
Oh, they're
the
doing one for him too.
I
Oh,
think
brother.
so. Maybe they announced it, but I don't know. Depending on how well
I
None does, I don't know. They
I
could just keep making them.
there's so many. I just saw on IMDb that they're doing a Groot spin-off series. I'm like, oh, stop. You're just gonna hear him say I am Groot for an hour.
Yeah.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Oh, this joke, he said the thing. Ah, I love it. Yeah, but anyway, I'm super excited. I got plenty of movies on my list now. Jordan, you recommended. So I got Champions, Roadhouse, Renfield, Troy, Annabelle Creation, Ghost World. What happened to Monday? Sympathy
Good
for the
list.
Devil. Super excited. Yeah. Nick Cage is like on 3 of them or 2 of them.
Dude, he is dishing out movies like nobody's business. Like, well, and not just movies.
I hope he never.
He's in
Don't
Dead
take
by
this the
Daylight.
wrong way,
What?
Nick. We love you, Nick, but I hope you never figure out your financial troubles. You're always making movies.
He also is in a video game I'm playing right now, and Dead by Daylight. I'm obsessed with it.
That's
He,
hilarious.
he has the
He's in it.
best costumes ever. Like,
Oh man,
he looks
that's
as amazing
hilarious.
as he does in all his interviews.
I love it. Oh yeah, he's eccentric. That's for sure. And and then one other movie I did watch, Rat Race, with you and Tatiana and
That's right.
Cassie. That was super
fun.
funny.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a hilarious movie. My goodness.
That's a good pick.
We should have bought a squirrel. There's so many quotes from that movie. I won't even go down that rabbit hole. But folks, this has been great. We love you guys lots. Thanks for tuning in. Leave us an email, futuremovies@gmail.com. And feel free to check out our whole catalog of movies on YouTube. And if you guys want, leave a comment. And it's a movie. Oh, I did have one. I should have written it down. We had one comment to go review a movie. It was posted on our.
We've got quite is it the people about the RRR, because they've been hassling us to review more Indian films.
I wouldn't know if it's the RRR folks, but that would make me laugh actually. One second, Futro.
Yeah, it's probably them, because he's been like, every single video I post, he's like, review this movie, review this movie, review this movie.
Yeah, maybe it is. One second. It was the or no, it was. One second. I'm actually playing.
I will force
the
Cameron
episode.
to watch it,
Here
because
it
he
is.
made
No,
us
it
watch
says
RRR.
Well, it might be. Oh no. So this one made me think of it, but this is it's a serious movie, but it was called Sardar Udham.
It's
also
the same person.
Did you watch the trailer for it though? Because I watched it. It's on Prime. It looks really good. It looks like I don't know, Imitation Game meets like Bridge of Spies kind of vibe. Like it looks really interesting. Like RRR, but like serious. No,
Clinton, you need to watch RRR. It's perfect, right up your alley.
Yes, it's Journey to the West. Just watch it.
Yeah, but on steroids. Like, he's throwing a tiger at one point. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, guy throws a tiger. Yeah, you should seriously watch it.
Yeah, it's like every 2 seconds is like insane.
It's called RRR. So yeah, you can't miss it.
Could I watch it with a kid, or is it too?
You should be cautious. It's a little violent.
It's
violent.
Because
I had my kid watching. I showed my kids a few scenes from it.
A few scenes, sure, but
there's an excellent dance number too. Absolutely amazing. There's a music and dance. You have to see it. So highly recommend it. I think it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah,
or it was on Netflix.
It's a Netflix original. It'll be on there forever.
Oh, sweet.
Well, you say that, but did you know that they can get rid of a TV show as a tax write-off? They did it to my precious Willow. I didn't even get a chance to finish Willow. It's gone on Disney Plus. I started it and I never was going to finish it, but I didn't finish it, and now it's gone and I can't. I'll never know what happens.
I own it. You can just watch it. Are you talking about the second Willow?
I'm not talking, I'm talking about the TV show Willow, not your precious
yuck.
George
Why
Lucas.
would you want to watch that?
Why would I? I don't know. I was just morbidly curious, I guess.
It looks so dumb.
It was dumb, dude. It's already removed. It didn't even make it like 3 months, and it's gone. It's gone forever, dude.
Yeah, because you can't buy that, so it would be gone forever. That's stupid.
I know, dude. This is the day and age we
Disney.
live in. If you like something, you got to buy it. You got to own it. Red Letter Media talked about that, and I was like, dude, amen, brother, because you need to own that stuff. Because seriously, we're steps away. Orwellian. They're already going through and editing things that they made mistakes on, and things that they didn't like. Just wait, Disney's gonna be like, we thought about it long and hard, and we removed all of our racist stuff from our previous films, so now they're all cut out and it's all edited. And it's like, I'm sorry, you sued VidAngel for this. You don't like people editing out your crap, but anyway, they're gonna do it. They're gonna just remove it, and they'll just act like it never existed.
You get Ty on this tangent again. All right, we'll wrap this up.
Peace. Live in a dark time, folks. Buy your stuff. Buy physical copies, Blu-ray or VHS or whatever, DVDs, whatever you need to. Laserdisc.
Bye.
Guys, take it easy. Bye.